On today's episode, we talk about consistency and pressure, right? And we're going to get right into it. Because I want to be honest, consistency is one of the most praised things in the creative world, right? Be consistent, post every week, never miss the upload, stay on schedule. And while that advice ain't wrong, nobody talks about the pressure that comes with it. Because consistency can build you, but it can quietly break you. Let that sink in. But if y'all been enjoying these episodes, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you sub if you're new to the channel. But we're going to get back into it, man. So make sure you got your drink, got your smoke, whatever you do. If you don't do nothing, then oh well, get you some popcorn, some juice, and do what it do. But then let's get right back into it, man. So consistency, man, let's talk about that because it sounds simple, right? It definitely sounds simple, and I think that's what most people get it confused, because consistency is one of the most hardest things that you can do. So if you're good at it, salute, you know what I'm saying? Because on paper, it sounds easy, you feel me? Upload once a week, stick to a schedule, stay disciplined. But what people don't see is consistency isn't just posting. It's thinking about the next idea before the current one is even done, feel me? So let that sink in. While you thinking about the next idea before you even finish with the current idea that you're working on, because you're trying to stay consistent, planning. You know what I'm saying? Planning while you tired. It's recording when your energy low. It's editing when you don't feel creative. That's the part that hits different. That's the part that most creators don't talk about, especially in my field. But I know a lot of creators can relate to it, In the beginning, creating is fun. You post because you want to. Then people start watching and expectations grow, right? And suddenly, you're not just posting because you're inspired. You're posting because you feel like you have to. And that's a real thing. And that shift, that's where the pressure starts. Not loud, not dramatic, not steady. But trust me. So once you start getting views and once you start noticing people liking your content, you start to feel pressure, and that's real. I'm sure creators can relate to it, man. Like I said, I try to talk about topics that other creators can relate to, not just GTA creators, but just creators overall. Like how real the pressure is, because on the outside looking in, people just feel like this is, it's easy. You just upload, boom, another video, right? Play the game, upload. Not when you really putting effort into your content, man, and you really, doing what you need to do to try to be successful. It ain't that simple, you feel me? And it's something about consistency that feels heavy, right? Because every upload feel like a test. You feel me? I know I be like that. Like you be thinking like, will this shit perform? Will people click? Will I lose momentum if I slow down? And the longer you create, the more you start thinking in streaks, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Upload streaks, growth streaks, momentum streaks. And missing 1 week starts to feel bigger than it actually is. That's when consistency stops feeling empowering, right? And it starts feeling suffocating. Because I know that's how I was, and that's how I've calmed down now at this point. And it's like, I just take my time, do what I need to do, because I'm still trying to grow my channel. But when you're trying to grow, being consistent is hard, because I know when I first started YouTube, I came out the gate, bro. 3 videos a week, and I stuck to that shit. I didn't miss a week when I first started YouTube. 3 a week, pumping, you know what I'm saying? And that was good for me because you still had people that were dropping every day. But I went finna burn myself out like that, I ain't gonna lie, because at the same time, no matter how much momentum I was getting at the time, I went finna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because consistency can be 1 time a week, but at that time, I saw that I was growing. I saw that YouTube was pushing my videos in the algorithm. I saw that I was gaining subs, so I wanted to capitalize off of that, right? But that shit was definitely stressful, I ain't gonna lie, because it was like, fuck, I can't miss no week, bro. I gotta put this content out, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it was, but it did help me get to where I need to be, but it was like the pressure, bro. But luckily for me, what helped me out for real is that I still was just having fun Not saying I don't do that now, but back then I was having fun just freely playing. I wasn't worrying about, damn, I need to do these cinematics to get views or do this to get views. I wasn't stunned by none of that, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just dropping my little videos, bro, and they was just doing good. So I was like, shit, it is what it is. But the pressure still was there. The pressure to perform, but I'll talk about the other pressure that I felt later on in my journey, though. But let's talk about the truth nobody like to say, though. Because some creators aren't quitting because they lack talent. They quitting because they're exhausted. Burnout doesn't always come from failure. It comes from sustained pressure without recovery. Sustained pressure without recovery, right? Man, and when consistency turns into survival mode, your creativity gonna drop, your energy gonna drop, your joy for this shit gonna drop, and that's when people disappear. Usually when people quit, y'all, they be burnt out, especially when you're kind of forced to lock in on one thing. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm rewards consistency as well, but they reward you locking in on one thing usually when you're a new creator, right? So the burnout, man. So people that been doing this for years, man, big salute to them, because I understand the mental gymnastics it probably takes to keep making this content, whether you getting paid or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That could be your motivation too, but to still be able to come up with concepts and come up with this and that, you know what I'm saying, and still put out decent enough content to still grow your channel and to still gain some type of motion, salute. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely why a lot of creators quit, man, and the burnout of trying to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Pressure. So let's talk about the balance though, because here's the real question. Like, how do you stay consistent without letting it break you? For me, it was simple. So instead of asking, how do I keep up? I started asking, how do I build sustainably, right? Because consistency shouldn't feel like punishment. Feel what I'm saying? It should feel like momentum. That's what I just talked about, right? So for me, that's what it felt like. And momentum only works if it's paced correctly. So at that time, when I was doing my 3 a week, I had people in my ear saying you should drop every day. But I'm like, hell no, I'll be burnt out. Because me personally, you know what I'm saying, I work a 9 to 5, so I didn't have the fucking time to be doing that, first of all. And even if I had the time, I wouldn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? So that what I was thinking back then, but the 3 a week didn't feel bad for me or whatever the case may be, because like I said, it didn't feel like punishment. It did feel like momentum because I was moving. Like, now if I was stagnant and wasn't moving at all or whatever the case may be, then hell no, I probably wouldn't have been dropping 3 a week. It probably would have been 2 or 1 a week. You feel me? And that's just what it is. But like, to be honest with y'all, still to this day, like, I'm not saying that I'm above this. Like, it's still weeks where I feel it. Like, where I sit down to record and think, man, if I could just skip this part, you feel me? But I've also learned something as well. Consistency isn't about never feeling pressure. It's about learning how to manage it. You dig what I'm saying? Because the pressure never goes away. It never goes away. Like, you gotta learn when to push, learn when to reset, take a break, whatever you need to do. You gotta learn to adjust. And that's the real discipline that comes with this whole dynamic of doing content, bro. Being able to do those things will help you out tremendously in the long run, man. And it takes a lot of discipline. You feel what I'm saying? It definitely takes a lot of discipline to be consistent, to battle through that pressure. And tell y'all the truth, I feel pressure every time I upload. The reason being, honestly speaking, is because I was boxed in early with certain content creators. It's crazy. People don't, I'm just about to hit 2 years. I'm about to hit 2 years on YouTube in another week, right? But it's a good thing that people was putting me up there with the top people in my field, but it also was a pressure for me because it's like they didn't look at me like they looked at them for subs, and like these people have so many subs. At the time when they started boxing me in with those people, I was looking at 1,000, 2,000 subs, right? And I understand why they do it. I get it. It is a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a good thing and it's a bad thing because I know the fans, they look at these certain people at the top as them, right? So to put me in and sit me at the table with them, you know, it's an honor at the same time. I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, oh yeah, woo the woo. But I do have to say though, the pressure definitely came from that, man. But then as time went on, it's like I felt the pressure to perform the way they were doing. But at the same time, as I continue to grow and continue to find myself in this shit, I understood that no matter what those people do, they already big. They've been doing this shit 7, 8, 10 years. There's no way in hell I'll be able to compete with them. So no matter what the people look at, you know, views, whatever the case may be, I know that I can't compete with these people. So it's like the pressure from that, I stopped letting that shit get to me, man, because, and then at the same time, I always looked at myself like, I know it's because of the content I'm making, you know what I'm saying? I'm making that good of a content that they doing that, and it's cool. And then people start, you know, labeling me as a GOAT storyteller, a GOAT in the game, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes they forget I'm only at 6K subs, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to find myself, I'm still trying to grow, you feel me? But it's definitely a blessing to be considered whatever people consider me. And I, you know, that's a good thing at the end of the day, but a lot of pressure does come with it though. You know what I'm saying? Imagine feeling that type of pressure after only 2 years of being in the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I had to battle through, man. And I feel the pressure of when I drop a video that it has to perform well, right? It has to get 1K or better. But then I stop myself and I think like, bro, it's people out here with 50K subs, 100K subs, 500K subs that don't get what they should be getting. But it seems like that's what people nitpick with me if I don't get it. Because, but I'm not here to throw nobody else on the bus. That's just the way YouTube is or whatever the case may be. I'm grateful for the views that I get. I'm grateful for the people that tune in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for surely. But that's just me speaking on the pressure that I feel, man, trying to outdo myself and trying to just stay that person in these people's eyes, I would say. Because one thing my girl and, you know, people tell me is that throughout this shit, I never look at myself as what the people see me. I still act like I'm not him or whatever the case may be, but it's like I can't help it. That's just me. I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of course, but you know, I'm just a humble dude, man. But yeah, that's just what it is, man. But pressure, man. Pressure busts pipes, you know what I'm saying? Pressure can create diamonds, you know what I'm saying? However you want to word, however that shit go. At the end of the day, man, it makes some people stronger and want to build, or it makes some people quit, you feel me? And that's just what it is. But so if you building right now and consistency feels heavy, you ain't weak, man, you human. And the goal isn't to outwork yourself. Let me say that again. The goal is not to outwork yourself. It's to outlast doubt. You feel me? Remember that. And that only happens when consistency becomes controlled, not chaotic. So I want y'all to remember that, man. Consistency becomes controlled and not chaotic. So all you gotta do is get better at managing the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Managing that pressure. You feel what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, consistency could be one time a week, man, whatever that look like. But YouTube does reward consistency. I can say that. If you consistent, they reward it. You know, that's just the truth about it. And that's why I think so many creators get burnt out trying to keep up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, consistency for you could be one time a week. It don't have to be every day, man. You feel me? Another week means another spotlight of the week, man. And we doing a creator this week again, like last week, man. Last week, creator of the week was that boy Sauce. Y'all go tap in the Sauce too, man. But this week right here, creator of the week goes to my boy Nate Deuce Gaming. You feel me? I came across Deuce back in 2024, man. Early 2024, while I had just started my journey, you feel me? I think it was like episode 3 of the Big Frank Dog, you did? And I've been locked in ever since, man. Let me tell y'all something about Deuce, man. Deuce one of the best at this shit, and he just don't get the spotlight that he deserved. But like I told y'all in the previous episode, man, most of the people that do this shit, that really make the fire content or good content, they ain't the biggest, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I keep saying. Like, sometimes that's just what it be, man. You know what I'm saying? The bigger people in the field just have a name, you dig what I'm saying? And they name always gonna carry weight for what they may have did. And that's just how the game go. But shout out to Deuce, man, you feel me? And then not only have I been locked into his content since then, man, you know, later on down the line, man, him develop a friendship, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one dude in this game, man, I really look at it like a brother, you feel me? Like, we talk behind the scene about whatever, you know what I'm saying? It could be gaming, it could be whatever the fuck ever, you know what I'm saying? Life, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? We talk about his YouTube shit. I try to put him on game to what I've learned since, you know, I've been monetizing shit like that. Or I seen him shit, he said be shit, you know, just different stuff, man. But that's like a brother. So y'all make sure y'all tap in to Deuce, man. Like I said, not only do he make good content, but he cold. And then right now he doing he on the Squeak series and Lil CJ. But if y'all familiar with Los Santos Red, for my Los Santos Red players out there, if y'all look closely when he playing, bro, he do small things that y'all probably hip to. You know what I'm saying? The average viewer may not be hip to, and that's understandable because they don't play Los Santos Red. Average gamer as well, but it's certain details that game do to let you know he going inside them files, you know what I'm saying, and putting his twist on it, man. That's what caught my attention with bruh back then, with the Big Frank Dog as well. Y'all go check out the Big Frank Dog too, man. Make sure y'all check out the movie that he did with as well, man. But with the Big Frank Dog, he was doing shit that was different in his way, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I fuck with that, you know what I'm saying? He was the first person that I seen use the kidnapping shit in a video. That I can't say the other word according to YouTube, but y'all know when you put them in a chair, you know what I'm saying, get information on about them, whatever case may be, man. But nah, he was one of the first ones seeing that, and then he was one of the first ones that were fucking with the AI voices. You know, I don't know how that shit to go now in today's time, but yeah, he was one of the first few people I seen do that. Like I said, bro, Joe good at putting his own twist on things, man. Can't do nothing but respect it. So y'all make sure y'all go tap in with my nigga Nate Deuce Gaming, man. Links in the description of the video, man. Sub up, like up, man. But that right there is our creator spotlight of the week. You feel me? Like I said, y'all go tap in to everybody that I showcase if you get a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? Check them out for yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Determine if you enjoy their content or not, enjoy what they doing, you know what I'm saying? Leave them a comment, drop a like, all that good stuff, man. You know, that's what they do, you feel me? But until next time, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all been enjoying. Make sure y'all like if you haven't already, man. I've been enjoying doing this, you feel me? But I'll catch y'all in the next conversation, man.
I talk my shit and keep it honest, keep it independent. I hear them hating, but that's only cause they inconsistent. He said the weapon wouldn't prosper, now they wouldn't form. I'm about to golf, I hit the middle and it's good and